Hello everybody. Today I have some bulk potion brewers to show you. This one over here is one that I had been working on, and I was planning on compacting it a little bit more and making a video of it. But then I saw this one here that AdverseLemon had made and realized that I was not about to get that big thing this size. So instead, I'll show you this potion brewer. And we'll include a little tutorial of this one, just in case you do want ridiculous quantities. Right, so let's have a look at it here. What I mean by bulk potion brewers is they will brew until the storage is completely full. And then once it starts to back up, it will stop itself. As soon as you remove enough items for it to resume, it'll start and brew a full 3-bottle potion. Now this one here, you'll notice, is running a jukebox, and that is being used as the timer for the brewing cycle. It also powers a few of the things in here, which I'll go over as we build it, to either activate or lock hoppers. So this here is a little bit modified from the original. The original is a little bit more like this, where it doesn't have this dropper and chest up here, because it was designed as a 3-ingredient potion system. So netherwort, main ingredient, and 1 modifier. When you have it as 3 ingredients, Disc 11 being the shortest disc would work, but if you're going up to 4 ingredients for 2 modifiers, you'll need Maloney or some other disc. Pretty much any other disc will work. And then this one does have limited water bottle storage, but you could easily just add a couple hoppers and a rail line to a water bottle filler to keep that constantly stocked, since that is the limiting factor. And then after that, it would be just until you run out of 9 stacks of your ingredients. And then you can see here, I have 2 of them side by side, so you can pack these in fairly tightly to get a bunch of different potions brewing in full bulk quantities. This version I have built over here, I wouldn't really call it tileable. It is a large build, but it is easier to get at the various droppers. The default build size will allow for 3 modifiers, and it's got a much larger water bottle storage and water bottle filling station, as well as blaze powder refilling. So this is in itself going to run a lot more potions through than the standard version of this without some modifications. But overall, this one is probably going to be preferable for most people to build, as long as you're okay with listening to the jukebox. But that could be nice as well, just so you know it's running, right? So let's go over here and we will work on building it. Now I do have, there we go. Okay, I do have structure here that I'll provide. It has the one by AdverseLemon, and it has my larger build in it as well. So let's start by building one of these and just get straight into it. So this one here for AdverseLemon, we'll turn this down to here. We're going to start with this block here, just to kind of get our placement lined up. Then we want to go up diagonally one block and put another torch on that, so both of these have a torch on it. And this torch is to lock our hopper. So let's get a couple more filler blocks in here so we can get our storage output here and our hopper feeding into it, so that's locked. And then we can put our brewing stand in and our hoppers that will feed it. So one hopper into it and then 3 off to the side here. And now I find starting once we get up to the brewing stand, it gets much easier to follow then where everything else goes. That's why I'm starting like this. Alright, now coming out from this hopper, when it's reading something, we need our comparator, and there will be an observer watching that. We need to get down below here. Our observer. That in here for the comparator to sit on. Now when this changes, or this observer will fire, we'll have another observer over here and a solid block. One. So when this registers as having something in it, we'll get some power coming through here, and this is going to fire our dropper, which will help cycle our music disc. So, hopper going into dropper, and our jukebox on top of it. Another hopper going into it. Again, see this in here. We've got this hopper now locked so that the music disc won't be able to cycle anymore when the system is full. But once you start pulling some items out, everything fires and the music disc returns in here to continue. Now our main ingredient is the first dropper here, and it gets powered by our jukebox. And we also have a torch over here. It's going to here. Some glass in here. Have some redstone line. Okay. So now when the jukebox stops playing, our torch will turn on. Our water bottles will lock, so they're no longer able to enter the brewing stand until we start another cycle. And it's going to retract our piston here, which will have yet. Retract our piston here. Again, once this starts, our piston is going to extend, which will power this block, and that will dispense our nether wart. And we need to watch when this fires so that we dispense our modifier. This will dispense first, this one, and then this one, but our hopper here is going to end up being locked from the jukebox, so our nether wart will be waiting. I believe I have that all correct. Let's go back around to the start just to make sure. And the only thing I'm missing is my chest full of water bottles, and then my second modifier, which I skip. This here will be the original build by AdverseLemon. Okay, chest full of water bottles. We need to prime the system before we do anything else, so let's start putting some blaze powder in it and one nether wart. So you will need to start like that. Hoppers here, and we'll be ready to go. All we need is to add our music disc. Okay, see this is unlocked. Water bottles in here. We're brewing. I forgot to put ingredient in. Go. And I forgot to put our nether wart in the last hopper here. There should have been one nether wart sitting in this locked hopper. We'll just wait for this to cycle through then. Okay, well, you saw that resume. Once the music disc ended, we have our ingredients sitting in here and our next nether wart again sitting over there. I don't want to listen to this throughout the rest of this, so once this cycle stops, it'll act as though it is full. Rather, let's do it this way. There. Now it'll stop itself on its own. Okay, now we've got some quiet. Let's go over here and build the larger version. As you can see, that was quite quick and simple. Now, you just need to make sure that you prime the system before you start and have all your ingredients in. But worst case scenario is you'll get some half-brewed potions that'll cycle through. If you're likely to run out, I do recommend for either of these to have your nether wart have fewer ingredients than whichever of these is the next lowest. That way your whole brewing setup will come to a halt and it sits here. With this one, the music disc will keep playing, but all you'll get is just your water bottles through here, rather than half-brewed potions that are no good to you, or that you need to cycle through again. Okay, so let's go over here and start building this one. We are going to start off with our output for the storage, and you don't need to use a chest. You can run that off to wherever you want, shulker box or hopper line or water line to wherever you go. And let's start by getting our brewing stand in again. We've got our hopper that we're reading the state of. We've got our hopper over here that we're going to be locking. And need a hopper to push the items in the side. Hopper for water bottles. Need a storage unit here. Chest, barrel. Hold our ingredients, and then we're going to have 5 hoppers. So first hopper pointing into that, and then 4 additional ones. But we have our main ingredient, 3 modifiers, and our nether wart. And then let's come down here and build this locking system here. Redstone line up, and need a target block here to redirect the power signal so that it's going to lock our hopper. Now when you're building this, I do recommend you lock this. It's going to allow you to get the whole system primed more easily for the first run. We need another hopper on top of this. we're always capturing our water bottles as they're being filled. And temporary block here. Just get our trapdoors in. Temporary block over here. Place our dispenser. And this dispenser is going to be for our glass bottles. And it's going to be powered by this target block here. So we'll come back around to that power line in a minute. Let's get this middle section here done. We need to be reading this hopper here, its contents. So we're going to filler block, get our comparator over here, and our comparator power needs to go down blocks and up 2 blocks. Then it's go into the trapdoor. Up 2 blocks, down 2 blocks, and then it'll turn off this torch, and it will turn off this torch. This torch is what's going to fire our droppers. We'll run a line of solid blocks up here to make sure we're not interfering with our hopper line. Except for this one here with the nether wart, which we do want delayed by having it locked temporarily. And then coming down here, this 2 blocks down is also what is going to lock this hopper here. Do that, putting 22 items, 19 and 3, in our hopper, so that our nether wart will go through. It'll sit in here. First ingredient, the next brew cycle, is going to sit here. So now you see we've done that. Our torch is unpowered. Our brewing stand has the hopper underneath it locked, and this is all unpowered. When our last ingredient goes through, all our droppers are going to fire again, and this torch will turn on. Come back to this torch. It is going to be how we get our water bottles filled. Okay. This is just a line of blocks running up. Need a comparator clock here. We need a repeater on X here. And we need to invert the signal. We're gonna use that to turn the torch off. And we'll take the power then up here to this target block. And that will fire our dispenser. Now that should have actually fired it, but I did not have the water in yet. So we're going to have an empty bottle. Collect. And we need to fill, actually I should have held that. Fill our empty bottle. Go. Fill first 3 bottles manually. Now we are just about ready. Just need to finish loading our first run, making sure that nether wart is at the end so that it is ready to go for the first one. Some blaze powder in here to start. While we're at it, let's also add that system adding more blaze powder, even though it takes a lot of blaze to run through the stack. Still add that in anyways. And again, we'll add it. Add our extra glass bottle storage up here. So this is going to be ready to run for a long time. Add modifiers. First ingredient, first dropper. Here, make sure our netherwort in the last dropper, and that it is the least ingredient. And this one will just come to a full halt if anything other than netherwort ends up being the first one in here. It won't keep cycling through all of your water bottles. But if you have only netherwort sitting here and you don't have any other ingredients in here, it will just cycle through until it's filled all the water bottles. That's just the thing. Make sure you've got one less or a couple less netherwort than however many other least ingredients. Again, half the point of building this one is if you want extreme volume, never have to worry about filling again. You can always access all of these things, run rail lines, fill them, or lots of extra storage. You're supplying a mini game that's going to use a ton of a certain type of potion. This is probably the build for you. But if you want something at your base where you don't have to push any buttons, you've always got a full shulker box of potions that you can grab for whatever you need, this is probably going to be built. Now that we've got this one primed and ready to go, let's move our locking repeater or lever here and watch it run through a cycle. Okay, now you see we've started another cycle, and we again have all our ingredients in, and the netherwort is by itself at the end, and it filled its own water bottle. So it will continue to do that until this chest is full. I don't think we need to go through the process of pretending to lock that again. You've seen how that works. We'll allow this one to start. Got some nice outro music to listen to. Anyways, these are the bulk potion brewers that I wanted to show you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And thank you to AdverseLemon for allowing me to show off his build here. And I will see you guys the next time I have something to share. Bye.